Hey, it's Todd Ault. It's episode 179 of what may be the greatest show on earth ever about risk. Now, I know that not to be true. Prince Ault is in the house. Chase, how are you doing?
Doing well. Doing
You
well.
are
Is
the
that
first
my subtitle? Then?
You are the firstborn, Chase Ault, Ault analyst.
Love it.
UCLA graduate, football extraordinaire.
Something like that.
So, yeah, for sure. It is the 26th of January, 2022, the 26th day of the 2022 year. Does that make sense to me? I don't know if that makes any sense.
I mean, it makes
Going in
sense.
circles there.
Yeah, I went in a little circle there. That we're going to start this theme, and it's going to be constant. I've been doing this a very, very long time. 32 or 33 long years.
That's not Dr. Pepper.
Okay, Jason. Hey.
I mute him out. He's muted out.
Okay. Is he?
Yeah. He's ordering.
Okie dokie. Maybe he should. I got it. Okay. So Tesla beat earnings, beat revenue. Great. But there's an old adage on the street, and Skylett's much older than you. It's called "Don't fight the Fed."
Oh.
And the reality is that there you go. Don't fight the Fed.
Oh, nice.
Graphics. The reality is when you see a market positive on the day, then negative on the day, and you start to pay attention to really what this is, and that is, you can clearly see that the old, like there was a period last year where Reddit kind of took over. There was a liquidity dynamic that really wasn't ready for us, and you saw a market pretty crazy. You saw the Dow now down 129 today after being up this morning. You saw the NASDAQ up. It's down. You saw Microsoft. Let's see. I'm going to check and see where Microsoft
I
closed.
need to talk about that today.
Microsoft, which I bought last night for full disclosure.
At what, 280?
In the aftermarket at 276. I opened up today at 300. It's down, well, it was up 8 today.
Mm-hmm.
My wife is saying my glasses look clean. Skylar,
Yeah.
she was irritated this morning when I left. She says, your glasses are dirty.
She texted
You look
me.
kind of like a scrounge. What's the picture
A
for?
scrounge?
Yeah, she's like,
No,
you
she
need to
said-
clean Todd's glasses before podcast. I was
Exactly.
like, for sure, I got it.
Exactly. But I want to talk about the Fed, and it's a very bad idea to fight the Fed. There's like probably the original thing I ever learned when I first joined the business, which was in 1989 or 90, which seems like forever ago, but 32 years ago. Now, the question is where's the Fed going to go in terms of, are they going to go from 0 to 0.25% to 1.4%? And all of you are probably saying, well, so what if it was 1.4, 2%? I would agree with you. But that interest rates act like gravity, right? Money migrates to the highest yielding opportunities relative to risk. And as the risk-free rate of return goes higher, that'll be gravity on PE ratios, the ratios that you're willing to pay times revenue for a growth opportunity. Now, my thesis is the market started to discount that. But as long as the Fed is raising capital, raising rates, as long as they are, this will be a weight, an anchor around equity prices. It's just not, this is not really negotiable. Now, the question is, did the Fed overdo it on the way down and leave rates too low for too long? And then now they're dealing with inflation and they're trying to get. So I think that they've kind of lost this a little bit, but they're signaling a rate hike in March. And at first, when you saw the market open, the market was trading right after the Federal Reserve said this, you saw prices still rally a little bit. You then started to see some volatility. And something that concerns me a great deal, I don't know the answer, is you saw it with me, Chase. You saw right after the Fed a rally to 38,000 and some change. And then a risk-off moment, boom, back down to 37,000.
36.8 right now.
And I see that the Bitcoin's below 36.8 right now, right? So you see this continual reassessing of what's going to be a risk-on asset.
Every 5 minutes.
Right.
Every other word.
And the way I look at this, and then you're going to chop this up a little bit more, and you got a heavy conservative Supreme Court. And today, what do we see happen here? Let's go to my screen. Justice Breyer is going to retire at the end of this session. So you're going to set up, I mean, it's almost like someone's dictating this. I feel, okay, what does this mean? And Jason, I'm almost teeing this up for you, buddy. I know that you're having some barbecue. You're in the Midwest, not in Michigan, looking at data centers. That's exciting.
Right.
But Jason, as you have this great audio behind you, why don't you mute it and I'll ask the question, then you can answer, okay? So you mute it, I'll ask the question, you answer. My concern is you're going to have an election. I mean, am I wrong? But don't we have an election going on?
Right now?
Jason, don't we have an election this year?
It's 2022, so what?
Right, so we do. Jason's shaking his head yes.
Midterms, yes.
Breyer
Midterms.
is going to be effectively retiring in October, right into the midterm election cycle. And who is Biden going to nominate? You're gonna. I think if the politics are not already polarizing, you're going to see like what are the Democrats going to want to have here in terms of approving a new justice to replace Breyer. There's going to be a nomination here. We got that cycle all over again. Jason, your thoughts on a new Supreme Court justice coming down the pike?
Water's 80, sea turtles swimming around.
It's not going to change anything as far as the balance of power on the Supreme Court bench, so it's not really going to be an issue. He'll play identity politics and pick who he wants to pick. It's really not a big issue at all. They're going to try to play it up, but it doesn't change anything.
Got it. Jason, did you get a chance to look at Tesla's numbers? Okay.
I did not. Did they make it?
I got a chance to look at them, and the numbers look great. And let's pull that up on my screen real quick. So the numbers look just stellar. Elon Musk is going to outline his product roadmap today. He promises to outline his product. They beat top line and bottom line numbers. A couple things to look at here: 252 versus 236 in terms of expectations. 17.72 billion versus 16.7 billion expected. Revenues rose 65%. I got to say, I like being in the EV charger business because there's only 46,000 EV chargers in the United States that are public, and you're whacking out 50,000 new EV cars a month. I'm pretty happy with that. Jason, your thoughts?
I'm very, they did. They beat. That's awesome. They had great numbers. Not a recommendation, but you could make a case to go long. Tesla here, obviously, as far as the EV sector goes, it looks like I sent you a graph of the breakdown of the market share. Tesla way ahead. They intend to stay ahead. They've got updates they have to provide for the Texas facility and one other facility. Can't recall right now, but looks great. And rumor has it that the EV700 turn-on green charger is on eBay now.
I've heard that. Listen, let me cover something with you guys. Something that Tesla said. This is a quote. Our own factories have been running below capacity for several quarters as supply chain becomes the main limiting factor, which will likely continue through 2022. I know that we've experienced this in manufacturing at Turn On Green and Digital Power. I know that we experienced it other places. So something's up here with supply chain continues to be a problem.
Very cool.
This is an interesting thing, too. Elon Musk said, CEO Elon Musk said, other executives are expecting to give progress update on the company's long-delayed heavy-duty semi-truck, experimental Cybertruck pickup, and plans for a driverless vehicle system compact car for $25,000. They're going to introduce an electric car that's a compact, that's driverless, for $25,000. Now, at the same time we're experiencing inflation, these guys are coming out with something that's crazy. I just think it's insane. That's what's going on with Tesla. Any thoughts, Chase? I mean, this is you're an EV fanatic. No, you want a Tesla?
Yeah, I want it. I wanted one. I'm going to give them a little bit of time because the market's there's a lot of things over the next coming years. I mean, GM just announced their new pickup truck, and they've got a lot of plans as well. I mean, frankly, I really despise the look of that new Mach-E Mustang, but I've heard great things about it. Douglas has a Tesla.
It's Marcus.
Marcus has the Mach-E. I just think they disgraced the Mustang name with it. But it should be interesting to see how many players come into the game. I mean, there's Fisker, there's another one called Polestar. There's so many players in the EV space. So really, the next couple of years should be really interesting. See if GM can catch up to Tesla at all, because right now, as Jason
GM's
said,
going to spend $7 billion to do it.
I know it's
Right.
crazy. So I'm intrigued to see where things go.
Jason, is your barbecue in yet?
Not yet. Check out the chart I just sent you, Todd. The breakdown of market share. Barbecue is up. Yeah, let me get the barbecue up, and I'll get you a
barbecue's
video
up.
of the queue. Hold on. Check out the chart that I sent you.
Okay, I'll check it out. Hey, if you could pull up my screen real quick.
So dry.
Really want to go to this, and so should be able to be live. I'm going to pull it back so you guys can see it. Okay, you guys ready? Let's go. Can I?
Thank you very much. The Federal Reserve leaves interest rates unchanged, but it says in its statement the committee expects it will, quote, soon be appropriate to raise the target range for the federal funds rate. The statement said inflation is well above 2%. Now, the Fed continues to taper asset purchases.
You had a NASDAQ that was up 390. I'm going to give commentary. Look at the Dow initially reacts up 400. But then
March.
the reality, the gravity of the situation is that the Fed's going to raise rates in March, and it's likely going to do that. And I want to go to this sort of the question of we don't know where rates will go to and kind of how much they'll lean on it, right? But this is a way. This is literally going to be gravity towards the reality of prices, and they continue to taper asset purchases.
Prior statements continues to depend on the path of the virus. Risk to the economic outlook, the statement says, remain. The committee says it's prepared to adjust its monetary policy stance as appropriate. Now, it makes no mention of the balance sheet, but it does have its new long-run statement out, which I don't see a whole lot of changes, but I want to note one line from the statement where it says the primary means of adjusting policy is through the Fed funds rate. That has been the policy of the Federal Reserve, and it remains the policy of the Federal Reserve. No mention, Kelly, of any balance sheet adjustment in this statement. It suggests that maybe the Fed is not prepared to announce or come to a decision about what to do with the balance sheet. But that one statement from the long-run policy says that the Fed funds rate will be the primary means that the Fed will address policy and the economy.
Yeah, so you're going to see things, and I know there's people out there. I know there's people out there that want to give me grief on things like AMC and the short we had. This is absolutely an issue for people like AMC, right? Why? Because AMC has $5 billion worth of debt coming in the next couple of years. That debt's going to get more expensive. They announced that they're going to try to refinance some of that debt. So you're going to see a lot of volatility as the Fed raises rates, regardless. Now, there's going to be a natural occurrence here, too. As the market corrects, you're going to see people come out and say, hey, the market's corrected, and we got to put this in perspective, how much rates will go up. And the question is how much will they go up in the long run? Rates went up pretty solidly for a long period of time. I want to say they probably went up, from the 70s to the 80s, pretty much for nonstop. And for the last 40 years, rates have been in decline. Really, there have been little blips along the way. I'm going to get a Fed rate chart. Fed rate chart. I had that earlier, and I don't know. Can you pull it up for me real quick? Okay, so here, this is really, it tells the tape here, and I really want to stay on this. You can go in the middle if you want, if you like. So you can see 1980 there, where rates got pretty out of control. You see Fed funds effectively at like 17, 18%. You could buy treasuries. But you can see how far, Christy, I can't see the chart. How far does the chart go back there?
1965.
Okay, 65. So you see the cycle of the spikes along the way. The question is where does the next leg go up, and when does inflation sort of taper off? We've been in a bull market effectively on and off. There have been some corrections along the way, but we've been in a bull market since Ronald Reagan.
55, by the way.
What?
55.
55, right. We've been in a bull market since Ronald Reagan. The question is where do rates go versus the market? And then you got to go back and ask yourself, well, where else would I put the money? So let's ask that question.
Makes me laugh.
Right. Well, No,
I know where you're leading to.
Well, no, where else would you put the money? I mean this sincerely, right? Are we all going to suddenly rush off and say, wow, the bank's going to pay me 1.25%. I'm going to put my money in there for 10 years. Wait, the Fed's going to pay me 2% for 10 years. Let me put my money there.
I mean,
Right? The
not
answer
me.
is no, right? At least that's what I would do.
Yeah, not me.
So you're going to be looking for housing. We're in that game. You're going to be looking for apartment buildings because obviously people got to pay their rent. Now, the question is, for the valuation of the real estate, do the cap rates come down a little bit? That might be the case. I locked in a mortgage at 2.87 or 2.85%. Is that right? Yeah. I think it's like maybe one of the greatest trades I've ever made, where I got a 30-year mortgage for 2.85%. I mean, a jumbo, by the way. I just talked to someone the other day who got a rate of 2.4%.
Really?
But not a jumbo. I'm like, 2.4%. But would you be willing to pay 4? This is my point, is that this will moderate as long as inflation doesn't go out of control. So I think you're going to see real volatility in asset prices for a while.
Yep.
And some of you have already experienced, like Centro, Naked Brands, these other small caps, you've experienced a pretty big haircut already, right? Alzamend, the biotech sector, not just Alzamend. I love people attacking me saying, you scumbag, your stock is this. I mean, yeah, really? Go look around at some others. I mean,
The biotech
all of them
sector
are
in general.
obliterated. I mean, but of course, all of those are just kidding. They're my fault, right? Not just kidding. That's kind of the way I feel about it. I do want to point out that I'm going to harp on this forever, and that is, for 2022, we're not going to fight the Fed. You guys got to be prepared for that. Hey, check out ToddAult.com and our social media site, Todd Ault, at Instagram. We got some stuff on there about BitNile as Jason continues to eat away at his barbecue. We're going to go to a new clip on the Risk On Conference. It's going to happen May 12th, 13th, 14th, and 15th. And I assure you this will be a topic of discussion from all the people there, including Charles Payne, Brad Lee, and all the people that are going to be presenting. We have a whole lineup that's really ramping up there. We're pretty excited about. Hey, check out. Let's roll the clip. For me, Risk On is a philosophy. I'm a 30-year plus Wall Street veteran, been doing this a long time, but I kind of live Risk On the whole time, and I'm trying to bring you guys what I do on a regular basis.
Traders are really worried. Begin with the economic consequences.
86%.
Financial
Less about wages
fragility.
and more about
Publish something like this.
I knew I was worth more than
Frustrated as we get the classic risk off day.
I've been through this before. I've been at this for 32, 33 years. You know, I ran a hedge fund for many years, and I really want to talk about things that I think we do that are risk on.
Focus on growth sectors, aviation.
You close the sale by moving it from.
I can't stress to you how smart these people are. Go
Pretty
to
cool.
ToddAult.com and sign up. You got to pre-register. There's only a limited number of seats. I hate sounding like that. Bradley would be disgusted with me because he'd say, come on, be a better salesman than that. But the reality is there is actually a limited number of seats. It's going to be virtual and it's going to be in person. And the in-person gig is way better because it's our first major gig, right?
Of course.
So
It's gonna
I
be
promise you, those of you who want to experience something in person, that will be the coolest thing I've ever done in terms of like a crowd and a conference. I'm going to make it cool. Hey, today Charlie Lee is going to be with me on the podcast. I don't know when that's going to be out. We did Kalapana.
Kaplana.
Kapana.
Kaplana.
Kalpana.
Kalpana.
We have
Thank
our
you
ball wrong.
all.
It's Kalpana. We did
Kalpana.
Kalpana Pot the other day on a podcast. That was incredibly great. And we got a new podcast coming out. We're interviewing. Good luck.
You want me to?
You want to say that for me?
So looks like we're interviewing Alexander Svetsky.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Okay. Alexander Svetsky
Svetsky
will be on the podcast on the 4th. He's the founder of Amber, the world's first Bitcoin DCA app. He's also a writer and editor for Bitcoin Times. Do we have a thesis here? Do we have a thesis? Do we have a thesis going on here? Bitcoin. Bitcoin, Bitcoin, Bitcoin. We published our market sensitivity to pricing. J Money, Got it. J Money will be.
I'm here. Sorry. This is so good.
I think he froze.
Lucky guy.
Wow.
Is it vinegar based, J Money?
I mean,
There's three choices. It's great.
He's having barbecue in the Midwest.
Hey,
right now.
Money.
He's not.
J Money.
They don't have anything
Oh
else
my
to do
God!
over there.
There's Crypto Joe. You guys, what kind of show is this?
Dude, Darren's
we're all hungry here. There's Darren.
Darren's eating some burnt ends.
Hey, what? All I care about is what's the
I'm
power
jealous.
cost.
Dude,
He's struggling.
dude, you got like 75% of BitNile here. You got like
We're in a little hole in the wall.
we're in a little hole in the wall. We're gonna work on the
It's awesome.
we're gonna work on that project tomorrow. We'll have some news to report tomorrow.
Or Friday.
Great, Jason. What's your take on the market today? And then we'll let you go. What was your take on, after the Fed, we rallied a little bit and then we sold off. Your take?
Well, I think the first rate hike was baked in. I don't know about doing 3 or 4 more hikes. The unwinding of the assets they've been putting on the balance sheet didn't change. Pretty much went as expected. I thought the market would sell off. I think it's going to be red tomorrow and red Friday. Just my opinion.
I mean, gotta agree with Jason there.
But this person, Jason, we're going to go to some commentators. Todd, you need to shed
Yeah.
non-core assets and raise cash to save yourself off from default. Default of what? I don't know. What does default mean? What am I going to default on? Okay. Let's see here.
Yeah.
1 month to go for St. Pete's getting closer. That's right. The 27th, we're going to have the opening day. Do you want to help we shareholders? Please do the right thing and raise cash and pay off your bridge loan. Oh, the bridge loan? Chase, don't you want to say something right now, but you can't? Like, people are focused on the wrong thing.
I get it.
Yeah, I get it. The way that the reporting system works with the SEC, you guys
Nobody knows what's going on.
You guys are,
frankly.
you guys. I personally guaranteed that loan. I think you guys should do like some deduction for yourself. Do you think I'd personally guarantee a $60 million loan if I didn't think I had it under control? But okay, whatever. Let's see here.
You can't blame them. It's
No, you can't blame them.
the way that we have to report it.
No, I get it. I get it. I understand. But you guys have got to look what we bought. We bought hotels that are cash flowing. We bought a property in St. Petersburg. We bought more miners. You guys, the company continues to trade below the deposit at Bitmain. So I don't know what anyone's doing. I have a 10b5 program in place. I can't do anything. I can't buy anything other than the automated program that I put in place.
Well, you let it speak to kind of like these comments and all of our shareholders, right? Speaks to the market in general, right?
It does kind of speak to the market in general,
Nobody
right?
sticks to their thesis once things get a little volatile.
Yeah, we have a thesis.
Know what you
We
own.
laid it out 3 years ago. We got 7 years to go. We're not really changing our direction much. Now, we didn't experience great times the first time we Bitcoin mined. We learned from that, and we don't all have the luxury of eating barbecue like the other people that work for BitNile. Look at Jason. Look at this dude. Okay. Anyways, I'm just kidding around. I understand everyone's concern about the bridge loan. I understand. I understand everyone's concerned about the bridge loan. I got you. Yeah, I agree with you. AMC is going to. I would disagree with $5. I think AMC is going to $1. I think I made that clear. I don't think that AMC in the best of times can cover their debt. I don't see it. Okay, well let's take them off the thing. I hear people are very knowledgeable saying that now $66 million loan is totally irresponsible. I know you need to buy miners, recoup the borrowing costs. Okay. Let's see. Issue more stock. Just looking at some questions here. Always learning. Blah blah blah. Oh God. Can you explain the S3 out now? The S3 is to register stuff that we had to register from. Some of them from prior. Some of them from current. Did you not say you would not offer this? I'm not offering it anything at this price right now. I don't know where you guys are seeing this. Look at those options. I think are much higher. I mean, I don't know. Happy to answer questions though. I was the first here time. I've been here since 2017. Let's see here. Oversold, I think. Okay. All right. I don't see anything interesting in here other than bridge loan, sell. That people say.
All questions are good questions.
No, all questions are good questions,
welcome.
actually. I actually have no problem with any of these questions. I got no problem with anyone's concerns either. I'm excited about the moves. I'm happy to this fall. Come.
You just got to know what you own,
You got to know what you own, yeah.
and you
for
got to
sure.
have faith.
Yeah, well,
If you
I don't
overextend
have
your-
faith.
No, not
invest in
I mean,
faith, right?
If you overextend yourself and you don't know what you own and you don't have a belief in your position, then what are you doing?
Skyla, what do you got for me?
Oh, right now. Sorry. What do you call a rapper showing off his cryptocurrency? Blockchains.
You get that one?
Like 2 chains, blockchains. No. You don't get it.
Okay.
Do we have
I
a swing and a miss?
Hey, can you
thing on
turn
Brutal.
this on for me? It's blockchain.
Blockchains.
What do you call a
like
rapper
with a
showing
Z.
off his cryptocurrency? Blockchains.
Blockchains. Like,
Like 2 chains.
I get it. Okay.
thanks.
It doesn't seem like that funny to me.
Ooh,
That's kind of a dad joke.
No shit.
so wing and a miss. It happens.
Oh my God! It's good to be the king. Says I bailed on my godfather's 80th birthday Mediterranean cruise because it conflicts with the conference. I love
saw
that guy.
that.
I
He's
love
funny,
that
man.
guy. I do, man.
Hey, we went to Sushi Roku the other day. That was nice.
Oh yeah, that was
Yeah.
That was cool. You been to KO? You been to Sushi Roku? Where's Umiya? Huh. Hey guys, obviously it's a time to reflect on what's going to happen with the Fed, and I think that we talked about this last year. Jason and I talked about whether the market would get heavy. I just think things are going to kind of normalize a little bit if you can call like 29 trillion in debt normalized, right?
Whatever.
And no, the reason I bring the debt up is because that's another issue, and that is government deficits and borrowing costs go up.
yeah.
So, Jason, I don't know if you, well,
you
maybe
wanna-
you can't, but Jason, I thought if it was possible, as we wind down the show today, can you tell everyone to shut up over there, Jason? I thought if it's possible, Jason,
Yeah.
you could talk about one thing, and that is, what does the government do when they're raising rates, Jason, and they actually increase their own borrowing cost? That as that fiat currency gets inflated,
Oh god.
and they have to raise their rates, what happens to their borrowing cost, Jason?
Oh, it's 30 trillion in debt. Just the interest on 1/4 of 1 point, 25 basis points, it will compound the interest that the Fed has to pay in hundreds of billions of dollars. Also consider the banksters. They're going to get the Fed funds rate. That's the rate that the Fed loans money to the banks. That will go up. Guess what happens? That cost gets pressed onto the consumer. You could see mortgage rates increase. And when the mortgage rates increase, there could be an exit door. There will be a bunch of people that are just trying to sell their properties, residential properties. And you'll see there could be quite a drop off in appreciation of residential real estate. Now, one thing that's different now is you're seeing a lot of mass migration from blue states to red states. It's just a fact of the matter that California is leaving to Texas and New York's leaving to Florida. And this is in like large sums of taxpayers. Like people that really pay a lot of taxes are leaving these blue states. So that's going to have an impact on the real estate markets, especially places like Austin, Texas, Broward County, Florida, Palm Beach County, Florida. Most of Florida, and to be honest, most of Texas, even Idaho, strange appreciations in Boise proper. You're seeing these things where Californians left to go to Boise. Traditional Idahoans in Boise can't afford the real estate there on
Not
their
anymore.
current lifestyle. So Californians, they drive the price up. Now you've got the Pokemon virus, so everybody works remotely. I don't want to say the other word. The algorithm doesn't like it. So then what happens is you have people that were from California, but now they work remotely. They still get the salary that they were used to in California, and then they just spill it all over Idaho. Oh, how much is this house? 800,000? Oh, no problem, man. This is a 600 square foot house in Southern California, 4,000 square feet, and they have the same quality of life as far as their salary goes. So the remote employment situation and the migration is a little bit different than 1980 when Jimmy Carter was around, and interest rates were what, Todd, 18 to 22%?
Yeah, they were pretty high. I want to go to the VIX real quickly here, and I want to show everybody something that's concerning to me, and that is, it's on my screen. If you look back at during the pandemic, you had like a 68, 67 on the VIX. You have a VIX it closed near the high of the day, I think 31 and some change, 31.96. And this is you start to see like the volatility index and the fear index coming in. And I think this continues to inflate itself in terms of worry, right? And so there'll be moments. The other day when we were down 1,100 points, there was an opportunity to buy short term. You saw Dan Niles talk about it on CNBC. You saw a Kramer talk about it. And what I would say to you, and I'm going to leave you guys with this, okay? Why do I keep buying more Nile? Because I believe in the business model. I'm in control of a lot of the business model, right? Why do I keep buying it? Because I'm looking at it as a business, and I'm going to myself, before I look at the price, I say, what is the company worth to me, okay? So I want you guys to think about this. Rather than trading stuff, which is, I know it's the instinct as a human being to want instant gratification, rather than doing that, if you look at a company and you say to yourself, I'm going to look at this thing, I'm going to look at the filings, I'm going to pay attention to how the business is doing, and I'm going to come up with my own valuation of what I want to pay, it's a lot easier to own a business before you look at price. A lot of people let the price dictate whether they want to own it or not. It's the exact opposite of what I do. The higher the price does not make me want to own it more unless I want to trade it. You have to identify for yourself, are you a trader? Are you an investor? Higher prices, and if you pay a price where, like, listen, I believe in Can Slim. I believe in William O'Neill. I love the theory. But think about like what he did with Pick and Save, or think about what he did with Home Depot. He bought a business that he wanted to own that was breaking out to new highs, sort of the Dreyfus model. And they continued to own it because it was disrupting the entire hardware industry. Home Depot was. You have to ask yourself why you own something. I kind of stress this to you guys, and that is, if you make your choices by price, then you're a trader. If you make your choices by what the business is worth to you, and you look at the price, I don't want to quote and be like a little ridiculous, this Warren Buffett idea, but in the investment world, there are no called strikes. Buffett talks about this. You can sit there and watch Central at $5, Central at $1.90, at $2, and you can pick and choose. You don't have to swing until you're ready. Okay, so you guys have got to think about the fact that if things go on sale, do you want to own those underlying businesses? There's a lot of businesses I see. Hey, Jason, you remember that thing? It's delivery. They were making EV vans for the post office. Workhorse.
Yeah,
I mean,
Lordstown Motors.
You guys were dying to get that before at 10, 15, $20, and now it's, I think, in the twos. So what's happened to Workhorse, right? Well, I don't know how the business is, but I don't know that the price is any better either. In fact, you could argue that sometimes when the price gets so low, do they even want to be public? I mean, I don't know what Workhorse is doing, right? I mean, I look at Workhorse and I think to myself, wow, you guys have gotten clipped pretty hard, right? A lot of these repricing of assets are risk related, right? And with rising rates, you're going to have volatility. And my whole point to you is know what you own. Yeah. Chase said it earlier. Know what you own and why you own it.
People see. Sorry. Go on.
No. If you have an emotional response of being mad at someone because you bought it, then you don't know what you own. Because and by the way, the great thing about what I do as an activist is if I don't like somebody, like I'll buy a chunk of their company. You guys have seen me do it this year, and I try to push them out. I try to make change at the company. Anyone's willing to do that. They can buy any company they want and make change. Engine, the big company that got seats on the board of directors of Exxon, they did it with less than 1%. You got to be impressed with that. What were you going to say, Chase?
Well, I mean, you know, your thesis that you were talking about goes in the other direction as well. People that are trading compared to actually owning a company will often buy the look in sectors and see a company like Microsoft or Google, all these big companies, and they won't want to buy that company because of the price. Right. They won't buy it because Google's $2,700 a share or Microsoft is $305 a share, whatever it is right now. They won't buy it. They'll try to find a better priced company that in the long run they don't understand and will never outperform the better company.
Sure.
And they won't buy it. They'll lose out on a ton of growth and not owning this great company because of price.
Right.
Right. And they'll look at something that's maybe at a 30% discount, but if whatever company that's competing with Microsoft can perform on their turnaround initiatives and do X, Y, or Z, and then they'll end up trading at Microsoft's multiple, it'll never work that way.
Well, we're talking about what happened with Buffett, which he said, listen, I'm going to pay and buy Apple because I don't think anyone can compete with them.
Yep.
They have a moat around what they do. The device that they sell for $1,500 does so many amazing things. The value you get out of this device is incredible. But guess what? He looked at the business first before he looked at the price.
The business,
Right.
exactly. And people are so turned away because they're trading and they want to get a good deal and not just own the business.
Hey, Jason, good luck on finding the things you're looking for out there. Safe travels with Darren and Joe. I hope you enjoyed barbecue. Jason, we'll talk to you Friday. I'll be in Miami, everybody. I'll be in South Beach. I think Jason will be back here. Maybe it may be a remote show, but I'll be in Miami. I don't know if I can say members of Congress. Hey, you know what? I won't say that. I'll be in Miami with some political
with
people.
Some friends.
Yeah, with some friends. Jason, maybe you'll end up joining me. I don't know. I'm going to go to Miami.
Dude, we're just here for the Kansas City Chiefs football game. I mean, why else do you think we'd be here?
Yeah, right. Okay. Got it. All right. Listen, check out our social media. Please like and follow us. Obviously, that's really important. And Charlie Lee, I look forward to Charlie Lee, the MIT graduate, the founder of Litecoin. You're up at 3 o'clock, buddy. I'm looking forward to it. Guys, thanks for tuning in today. Logan James, all those people out there. There's a lot of supporters out there. Boilermaker Bumpy, I appreciate you guys being so supportive. I hope to see you guys all at the Risk On Conference, which is up next. Skyla, thank you. KO, the new guy, thank you for being with us. Nick and Brett, everybody. Jason, good luck over there. Darren, be safe. Darren, can you wave at me, buddy?
Yep.
Can you wave at me, buddy?
Crypto Joe, wave.
Crypto Joe, can you wave?
What's up, guys?
All right,
Yeah.
guys. Safe travels. Keep mining
they
Bitcoin.
rent the Audi?
Yeah, keep mining Bitcoin, guys. Jason, we'll see you Friday, guys. Everyone, take care.
Yes, sir.